What's a childhood memory that almost all of us have? How the school seemed a different world when you stayed late, or had to be there on a weekend. I could definitely run faster if I was in the hallways after school. Why did running in the halls feel like the best feeling ever? The sweet, sweet forbidden fruit. Either trying to step on no cracks or on only cracks on the sidewalk. Your mother's back was in constant jeopardy. Too much responsibility for how old we were. The balloon game where it can't touch the floor. Some seriously impressive dives and kicks came out of this game. My kung fu instructor came up with a version of this where you're allowed to punch and kick each other while trying to get the balloon through a goal at either end of the room. We played it once and never again, but it was talked about for months after. Kinda related to this, my softball coach, this was year 5 and 6 players, made a game for the end of the year. He threw 2 softballs in opposite directions, and you had to work in teams to get the balls back to him. The teams were year 5 versus year 6, besides that, there were no rules. Never again. The camp I went to and later worked at had something similar. It was appropriately named Slaughter, essentially steal the bacon, with a rugby ball or bean bags, in a soccer field, with no rules. I'm not even sure why we had a rugby ball, considering this was in the US. Eventually we had to send 2 people to the during a staff game in the midst of a wild-ass summer thunderstorm, one with a broken arm, the other with a gnarly gash that needed to be stitched. That ended it permanently. Good times though. Having a wiggly tooth. Being an adult with no baby teeth left and panicking for a moment when you thought one of them moved. I still have one baby tooth at 42. Right top canine never came in. People just assume I still have my baby teeth. Frown. I've been asked if I've lost my baby teeth since I was 13, I'm almost 23 now. Like, man, I just have small teeth, leave me be. Finding a really cool stick and imagining it as any object we wanted, sword, lightsaber, wand, laser gun. Edit. Fun fact, the stick was recognized as an iconic part of childhood, so it was introduced to the Toy Hall of Fame, being referred as the world's oldest toy. Being gifted a small amount of money and thinking you were rich. $20 was a world of possibilities. I grew up in a third world country. I vacationed in the States for the first time when I was a 5th grader in 2009. Since the trip coincided with my birthday, I was given a birthday card and in it was $25 given by my cousins who migrated there. When we flew back home, I converted it with Dad to the local currency and I used it to buy 3 liters of Mountain Dew and a ton of junk food for my friends and I. Hung out by the river and consumed it throughout the afternoon. Lol. Good times. Edit. Holy duck, I didn't know a core memory of mine would blow up. To put it into context, $25 was approximately PHP 1,200 Philippine pesos in 2009, more than double the daily minimum wage of $11, and actually still is in 2022. To put it into even more context, $1 at the time was enough for whatever soda of my choice, in a small plastic bag with a colorful plastic straw, plus a couple of hot dog sandwiches at a local Carindria, cafeteria, or like 3 bags of junk food and 5 sachets of nuts. $25 for a kid like me felt like $1,000,000 pesos at the time. Taking advantage of exchange rates to make your junk food dollar go further, what a pro move. Staring at the school clock. Trying to see how the refrigerator light turn off. I figured out how that works when I was around 8, and I'm still proud of that. Don't tell us how, we still want to figure it out ourselves. Climbing up the stairs like a dog. Skinning the palms of your hands on the pavement. More especially the lower palms. Either tripping, falling off your bike, falling down in general. That burn and stinging and the scraps with just a little blood and grime. Edit. Thank you for the award. Even though I'm an adult now, this happened to me a couple weeks ago. My dog accidentally pulled me down in the parking lot and I scrapped up my hands. Hasn't happened to me in years. I fell down for the first time in like I don't even know how long. I scraped my palms and all I could think about was how nostalgic it felt. Edit. The nostalgia came from commonly accidentally falling while having fun as a kid. And my recent fall was not that serious or painful. Please don't get any wrong intentions. I ran over the road to the bus, shoelace caught, face planted, groceries flying everywhere. Some angel guy helped me, but I could barely get out a thank you through the pain. Thought holy shit how frail we heavy ass adults are compared to kids. Still have nerve damage in my knees. Yep. I fell off my bike and grazed my elbow a while ago. The graze was a bit annoying, but the head to toe muscle and joint pain for days after was terrible. Also, I remember nearly passing out when I stood up after the accident. It wasn't even that painful, my body just went into shock. The worst part was having to patch myself up at a pharmacy nearby and having to go to work straight after. Being an adult sucks. Taste of that wooden stick from ice cream. You can't remember the ice cream, but you can remember the taste of stick edit. Wow, this get big. Thanks for beating my record, pumping karma, and for award. It tastes like wood. Watching raindrops racing down a car window and picking a winner. I liked seeing which drop would absorb the most and become the biggest, or if it would get caught in 9 of the little streams of water falling down. Duck, I still do this. Edit, not fixing it, suffer loser. Thinking that teenagers are really cool. I remember on my first day of 9th grade, an older teenager with a wispy mustache bumped into me in the cafeteria line and he said in a shitty British accent, "Excuse me, my good man." And I just thought, man, this place is classy. That was a very classy thing to say to a little kid. Thinking someone is your mom or dad and then realizing it's not. Calling your teacher mom by accident. I'm almost kissed my teacher on her cheek when I was 7, 'cause I saw other kid did it. Turn out the other kid just whisper something to her, lol. That's hilarious. How different the air felt on the morning of field trips. The smell of the last day of school. The air in the hallways just felt lighter. Also the first day of school. I seem to remember that more because you didn't really smell anything like that over the summer, so it hit you harder. Balancing the light switch between on and off. Pushing on our eyes until we saw patterns appear. Classic for when school is boring. Connecting the markers into really long lightsabers. That dreaded feeling of forgetting your homework. I once dreamed doing my homework, and genuinely thought I'd done it. It was such a vivid dream, I could remember what I'd written about. I remember the shock of opening up my workbook, only to see a blank page where the assignment was supposed to be. Moments before I had to hand it in. Later I was annoyed that I'd wasted such a vivid dream on doing my homework instead of flying to another planet or something. Not being able to find your mum in the supermarket. Keeping place in the quickly shortening checkout line while your mum gets something she forgot. Awkwardly looking at the checkout worker like, yeah, I'm pretty sure she's coming back. Just getting some milk. The smell of crayons. And Play-Doh. Playing sword fight with the cardboard tubes of wrapping paper. Our moms leaving us at checkout to look for something, then the cashier starts to scan the items. And the insane amount of anxiety that comes with it. I love this one. What did we think would happen? Well, clearly they were going to expect us to pay. Would I mean you can't pay? Get the manager, we've got a grocer and dasher. You're going to big boy jail. Oh no, will it end up on my permanent record? Playing in with a box. Box fort. Randomly thinking I will remember this moment for the rest of my life and it's just you staring at a couch or some shit. I specifically remember sitting on the toilet when I was maybe 7 looking at my shorts thinking I was going to remember these shorts and this moment. 25 years later, I remember the moment and decibel don't remember what the shorts looked like. So how many decibels were you shitting at?